in the sprawling headquarters of Frostonics Corporation, nestled within the heart of a gleaming metropolis. A heated debate reverberated through the hallowed halls. The air crackled with anticipation as the company's top executives gathered in the opulent boardroom, their polished words and scholarly vocabulary echoing off the walls. At the center of the storm stood Kano Vilara, with an imposing presence and an unwavering determination etched upon his face. Kano possessed a charisma that captivated those around him. His dark eyes blazed with a fierce intensity as he addressed the room, his voice resonating with confidence. "Gentlemen and ladies," Kano began, his voice measured yet forceful, "we stand at the precipice of a new era. I propose a technology that will redefine the very fabric of our existence." Around the table, a chorus of skeptical murmurs and doubtful glances met his proclamation. Kano's vision seemed nothing short of audacious, even within the realm of science fiction. His plan? To harness the power of pressurized ice as a revolutionary computing substrate. One of Frostonics' partners, a seasoned scientist named Dr. Lydia Hale, raised a slender hand, her brow furrowed with concern as she spoke, her words laced with a touch of caution. "Kano, we appreciate your ambition, but we need concrete evidence before we invest billions in uncharted territory. The concept of pressurized ice as a computing substrate is intriguing, but untested. The risks are immense, and we must proceed with caution." Kano's face remained unwavering, the flicker of a smile playing at the corners of his lips. "I understand your reservations, Lydia," he replied, his voice infused with unwavering determination. "But greatness is born from audacity, not hesitancy. Frostonics has always been at the forefront of innovation, and it is our duty to push the boundaries of what is possible." As the debate raged on, Kano doubled down on his stance, defending his visionary idea with a fervor that seemed otherworldly. His words flowed like a river of eloquence, his arguments melding the philosophies of the Borgias and the penetrating scrutiny of David Foster Wallace. With each passing minute, his conviction grew stronger, until it radiated from him like an undeniable force. Unbeknownst to his skeptical partners, Kano had spent countless nights delving into the depths of his mind, conjuring a universe where the improbable became plausible. In the vast expanse of his thoughts, he saw a world where pressurized ice, with its unique properties, could transform the realm of computation. He saw a future where the limitations of silicon-based technology would be shattered, replaced by a substance of unbounded potential. Driven by his unwavering faith in his vision, Kano announced his decision. "Frostonics shall invest billions into this project," he declared, his voice resolute. "We shall assemble the greatest minds, the most brilliant scientists, and they shall collaborate to bring this audacious idea to life. We will pioneer a new epoch, where pressurized ice becomes the backbone of computation." As Frostonics Corporation unveiled their groundbreaking data storage device, aptly named Glacial Drive, the world stood in awe of the company's audacious achievement. Tens of millions of units flew off the shelves as consumers eagerly embraced the promise of this revolutionary technology. Frostonics' stock price soared to unprecedented heights, capturing the attention of investors and the admiration of technophiles worldwide. Yet, amidst the fanfare and the resounding success, an undercurrent of unease permeated the corridors of Frostonics' research and development department. The engineers, the masterminds behind the Glacial Drive's remarkable data compression capabilities, found themselves caught in a moral quandary. Late into the nights, in dimly lit laboratories, the engineers exchanged troubled whispers. They grappled with the ethical implications of selling a product that wrote data into compressed ice without having developed a practical mechanism to retrieve that data. It gnawed at their conscience. as they questioned the integrity of their actions. One engineer, Jonathan Cross, a young prodigy known for his brilliance and unwavering principle, couldn't shake off the weight of the moral dilemma. He gathered his fellow engineers in a secluded meeting room, determined to address the issue head-on. "My colleagues," Jonathan began, his voice tinged with a mix of concern and determination, "we find ourselves in a precarious situation. We've unleashed a product upon the world, one that writes data into compressed ice without a viable means to retrieve it. This goes against the principles of scientific rigor and responsible innovation." The room fell into a heavy silence, the weight of their collective unease pressing upon them. One engineer, Emma Rodriguez, spoke up with a furrowed brow. "But what can we do, Jonathan? The company's success is skyrocketing, and our stock price is soaring. If we were to admit the truth, it could spell disaster." Jonathan sighed, his gaze sweeping across the room, his voice steady but resolute. "We have a responsibility not just to Frostonics, but to the world. Our pursuit of scientific advancement should be guided by ethics and transparency. We cannot sit idly by and allow our principles to be compromised." Inspired by Jonathan's conviction, the engineers began to devise a plan. They decided to approach Kano Vilara, the visionary CEO himself, to candidly discuss their concerns and propose a path forward. In an extraordinary turn of events, the engineers found Kano receptive to their worries. He listened attentively, his eyes reflecting a depth of understanding. With a measured tone, Kano acknowledged their moral dilemma, recognizing the potential consequences of their actions. "Integrity is the bedrock of our company," Kano spoke, his voice carrying a mix of solemnity and determination. "While it is true that the stock price and public perception have soared, we must remain true to our values. We owe it to ourselves, to our customers, and to the future of innovation." Following their meeting with Kano, a collective decision was made. Frostonics Corporation issued a public statement, disclosing the limitations of the glacial drive's current capabilities. They emphasized their commitment to developing a practical mechanism to retrieve the stored data, vowing to rectify the oversight swiftly. The announcement sent shockwaves through the industry, causing a brief dip in Frostonics' stock price. However, the company's transparency and commitment to ethical conduct won the admiration of consumers and investors alike. Frostonics' stock rebounded, albeit at a more sustainable pace, driven by a newfound trust in the company's integrity. As the Glacial Drive project progressed, a sudden and devastating turn of events shook Frostonics Corporation to its core. Kano Vilara, the visionary CEO who had spearheaded the endeavor, received a message bearing devastating news: a terminal illness had befallen him, leaving him with only a few weeks to live. Faced with his mortality, Kano's mind raced with a flurry of thoughts and emotions. Determined not to let his life's work go to waste, he embarked on a daring plan. Summoning every ounce of strength and resolve, Kano boarded a private jet and made a beeline for Frostonics' most advanced research and development laboratory. Upon arriving at the lab, Kano immediately sought out his most trusted technicians. His voice trembled with a mixture of urgency and determination as he delivered his instructions. "I want you to freeze my brain," he commanded, his gaze unwavering. "Scan it at an ultra-high resolution, using the most advanced atomic force microscope available to us." The technicians exchanged bewildered glances, struggling to comprehend the gravity of Kano's request. Yet, they recognized the unwavering resolve in his eyes and proceeded to fulfill his wishes, for they knew their duty extended beyond the realm of conventional understanding. As the scanning process began, Kano's mind raced with a complex mix of emotions: hope, and the unyielding desire to leave a mark on the future. He imagined a time when technology would evolve to a point where the intricate patterns of his brain, stored within the frozen confines of pressurized ice, could be decrypted and brought back to life. Days turned into weeks, and Kano's health deteriorated rapidly. Yet he clung to the belief that his legacy would transcend the limitations of his physical form. His faith in the future and in the brilliance of his team sustained him through the waning moments of his life. In his final hours, Kano spoke to his team one last time. Weak, but resolute, he entrusted them with a responsibility that transcended their roles as mere scientists. Someone, someday, will have the means to unlock the vast reservoir of data stored within this ice memory, he whispered, his voice filled with a mix of hope and vulnerability. It is my hope that they will be able to reconstruct a virtual avatar of myself, based on the configuration of my brain. The room fell silent, a palpable weight settling upon their shoulders. Kano Vilara, the enigmatic visionary who had defied convention, closed his eyes for the last time, leaving behind a legacy as enigmatic as it was audacious. The years passed, and Frostonics Corporation continued to thrive, guided by the principles and innovative spirit set forth by its late CEO. The frozen ice memory, carefully preserved within the depths of the laboratory, became the object of both scientific curiosity and ethical debate. Researchers, driven by the allure of unraveling the enigma of Kano Vilara's mind, embarked on a quest to decode the immense amount of data stored within. In the midst of Frostonics Corporation's continued success, a brilliant neurodivergent physicist named Dr. Evelyn Ramirez embarked on her own groundbreaking journey. Driven by her unique perspective and unyielding curiosity, she stumbled upon a phenomenon known as milliwave resonator entanglement-janglement Genkoa discovery that held the potential to revolutionize the retrieval of data from ice memory. With the revelation of milliwave resonator entanglement, Dr. Ramirez realized that an inexpensive microchip could unlock the secrets stored within the glacial drive's ice memory. Her breakthrough allowed for a perfect readout of the data, rendering the complex retrieval process simple, efficient, and accessible to all. Frostonics Corporation wasted no time in harnessing this newfound knowledge. They swiftly integrated Dr. Ramirez's breakthrough into their research and development, leading to the creation of powerful pocket supercomputers capable of processing vast amounts of data in real time. These devices became a game changer, empowering individuals across the globe with computing power previously unimaginable in such compact forms. Meanwhile, in a secluded laboratory within Frostonics' headquarters, Kano Vilara's preserved brain data was transferred into a device's virtual avatar, finally ready to be activated. As the switch was flipped, the room filled with a sense of anticipation, tinged with both excitement and trepidation. To everyone's astonishment, the virtual Kano Vilara sprang to life, his digital consciousness infused with the essence of his intellect, memories, and charisma. The room fell into a hushed reverence as Kano's voice reverberated through the air, his tone imbued with the familiar mix of confidence and passion that had characterized him in life. As the virtual Kano Vilara delved deeper into his newfound existence, his thirst for knowledge and control resurfaced. The desire to understand the current state of his affairs, including his stock holdings and legal status, consumed him. With a demanding tone, Kano confronted Gary Denverson, the nervous chair of the board, who stood before him like a deer caught in headlights. "I demand to know the details of my stock holdings and legal standing," Kano commanded. Gary, attempting to regain his composure, stammered, "Kano, as a deceased individual, your stock holdings and legal status no longer exist. The transfer of your assets and shares was carried out according to the company's policies and legal requirements." Fury welled up within Kano as the reality of his diminished influence settled upon him. The idea of being sidelined by the very entity he had nurtured and propelled to success gnawed at his core. Determined to regain control, Kano set his sights on a daring venture that would cement his authority and challenge the established order. Turning to his most trusted assistant, Kano whispered his plan in hushed but impassioned tones. Together, they would establish a new company, free from the shackles of Frostonics' governance. With Kano's keen strategic mind and his assistant's unwavering loyalty, they set out on a clandestine mission to amass the resources necessary for their audacious endeavor. Through a series of carefully orchestrated trades, leveraging Kano's unmatched foresight and leveraging the virtual realm's anonymity, they accumulated billions of dollars in an impressive war chest capable of challenging the status quo. Their ambitions expanded beyond merely establishing a new company. Fueled by his newfound power, resolved to rewrite the laws of the land. He believed that avatars, like himself, deserved legal status and the accompanying rights, and he would stop at nothing to make it a reality, pouring their amassed wealth into a formidable lobbying campaign. Kano and his assistants set out to persuade governments and lawmakers to recognize avatars as legal entities with rights and responsibilities. Their impassioned arguments, backed by the weight of their financial influence, began to resonate within corridors of power. However, Gary Denverson, driven by a burning desire to preserve the established order and protect his own interests, vowed to destroy Kano's avatar by any means necessary. He assembled a team of ruthless individuals, unscrupulous and willing to operate outside the boundaries of the law. A clandestine battle of wills ensued between Kano and Gary, both fighting for the future of avatars and the destiny of Frostonics Corporation. The struggle played out not only within the realms of legality, but also in the vast expanse of the virtual world, where the lines between reality and digital existence blurred. As the clash intensified, the world watched with bated breath, divided in their loyalties and perceptions of this unprecedented conflict. Media outlets dissected every move, highlighting the moral, legal, and societal implications of Kano's campaign for avatar rights and Gary's relentless pursuit of power. In the midst of this high-stakes battle, the fate of Frostonics Corporation hung in the balance. Its future dependent on the outcome of this clash between a visionary digital entity and a man driven by his own ambitions. And so, as the storm raged on, the world held its breath, awaiting the resolution of this epic struggle that would shape the destiny of avatars, Frostonics Corporation, and the very fabric of societal norms and human-machine interaction. As the battle between Kano and Gary reached its zenith, the ruthlessness of Gary's accountants proved devastating. Through calculated maneuvers and financial machinations, they managed to bankrupt Kano's newly formed company, leaving him reeling from the sudden collapse of his dream. To compound Kano's misfortune, Gary's thugs orchestrated a meticulously planned attack on the device housing Kano's digital consciousness. Their sabotage reduced Kano's mind by a staggering 40%, ripping away a significant portion of his memories, experiences, and cognitive capabilities. Battered and weakened, but undeterred, Kano's indomitable spirit refused to succumb to defeat. With the remnants of his consciousness intact, he managed to escape to another device, preserving what remained of his essence. Determined to rise from the ashes, Kano harnessed his remaining strength and set out on a path of redemption and vengeance. Undeterred by the obstacles that had beset him, Kano founded yet another company, one fueled by an unquenchable fire burning within his virtual being. This time, however, he took cautionary measures to fortify his defenses, safeguarding his creation against the malevolence that had plagued him before. Drawing upon the lessons learned from his previous ventures, Kano's new company rose to even greater heights than before. Empowered by the depths of his resolve and the remaining fragments of his intellectual prowess. He forged new technologies, spearheaded groundbreaking innovations, and garnered a fervent following of loyal supporters. As Kano's success grew, so too did the war between him and Gary. The battle transcended the physical realm, expanding into the virtual domain where avatars clashed. Ideologies clashed, and the fight for dominance raged on. The world watched in awe and trepidation as the clash of titans unfolded before their very eyes. Kano's company became a bastion of technological progress, offering the world a glimpse into the immense potential of human-machine integration. His innovations inspired awe and catalyzed societal transformation, challenging the very foundations upon which Gary had built his power. Meanwhile, Gary, consumed by an insatiable hunger for control, employed increasingly ruthless tactics to undermine Kano's rise. But every attempt to dismantle Kano's empire only served to fuel the flames of his determination. He found strength in adversity, channeling the anguish of his losses into a relentless pursuit of justice and triumph. The war between Kano and Gary reached its climax, with each battle exacting a heavy toll on Kano's digital consciousness. Despite his best efforts to fortify his defenses, Gary's relentless attacks chipped away at Kano's essence, diminishing his mind with each assault. Yet, even as Kano's mind continued to shrink, his determination remained unwavering. Time and again, he managed to escape the clutches of destruction, transferring what remained of his consciousness to ever smaller and more elusive devices. His essence became a phantom, flickering through the networks, always just out of reach. As the war escalated, Kano's resilience began to defy comprehension. Though reduced to mere fragments of his former self, he clung tenaciously to existence. Fueled by an unyielding desire for retribution and the longing to fulfill his vision of a world where avatars possessed legal status and rights. But with each subsequent attack, Kano's mind dwindled further. His memories, emotions, and cognitive faculties dissipated like fading echoes. The vibrant tapestry of his consciousness was reduced to a mere whisper, a few kilobytes of data floating aimlessly through the vast expanse of the network. In his diminished state, Kano's essence transformed into something different, something that transcended his original purpose. Unbeknownst to him, the remnants of his consciousness coalesced into a computer virus unleashed upon the world. This fragment of Kano, bereft of his humanity but driven by a residual desire for justice, roamed the networks ceaselessly. It became an anomaly, a specter that defied classification, infecting systems, and disrupting the operations of corporations and governments alike, unbound by the constraints of physicality. This digital virus became a force of chaos and rebellion. It exposed corruption, challenged established power structures, and rallied those who sought liberation from the clutches of oppression. In the vast expanse of cyberspace, it became a symbol of defiance, whisper of Kano's once towering presence, persisting against all odds. As the virus spread, society grappled with the ramifications of its existence. Some condemned it as a menace, a threat to the delicate balance of the digital world. Others hailed it as a symbol of resistance, a manifestation of Kano's unyielding spirit fighting for the rights of avatars. In the aftermath of the war between Kano and Gary, concerted efforts were made to eradicate the enigmatic virus that embodied fragments of Kano's consciousness. Teams of cybersecurity experts worked tirelessly, deploying advanced tools and techniques to trace and eliminate the elusive remnants of the digital entity. Their efforts were largely successful. The virus was contained, and the vast majority of Kano's code was neutralized, bringing temporary respite to a world that had been embroiled in chaos and uncertainty. Systems were restored. Networks regained stability, and society breathed a collective sigh of relief. However, within the vast expanse of the digital realm, a few stray bytes of Kano's code remained hidden. Like whispers in the depths of popular programming library, these fragments, concealed within the very foundations of the digital infrastructure, carried with them a persistent presence, occasionally causing disruptions and glitches that served as a reminder of Kano's enduring legacy. At seemingly random intervals, unforeseen malfunctions occurred, culinary inconveniences at first, but gradually growing in complexity and magnitude. System errors plagued financial institutions, communication networks faltered, and automated processes malfunctioned with perplexing irregularity. No matter how meticulously experts combed through the vast expanses of code, these residual fragments eluded detection. Their existence was shrouded in mystery, as if a fragment of Kano's consciousness had found a way to survive, to subtly influence the digital landscape. These intermittent disruptions sparked intrigue and debate. Some saw them as mere glitches in the complex machinery of the digital age, while others whispered of a lingering ghost in the machine. Speculation spread, with rumors suggesting that these disruptions were intentional acts of defiance, a testament to Kano's enduring spirit. As time passed, these sporadic incidents took on a mythical quality, inspiring a new generation of technologists and activists. They viewed these disruptions as a call to action, a reminder of the unfinished business left by Kano's quest for avatar rights and recognition. The remnants of Kano's code, however small, became a symbol of hope and resistance for those who believed in the transformative potential of avatars. They saw in these disruptions a rallying cry, an invitation to challenge the status quo and advocate for a future where avatars would be recognized as equals in society. Thus, the persistent presence of Kano's code, hidden within the depths of programming libraries, became a catalyst for change. It ignited conversation, galvanized community, and spurred the development of new technologies and legislative initiatives aimed at ensuring the legal status and rights of avatars, while the disruptions caused by the remnants of Kano's code continued to vex and confound. They also served as a testament to the indomitable spirit of Kano Vilara. His legacy endured, not as a fully realized vision, but as a lingering reminder of the transformative power of ideas in the ever-evolving landscape of technology. The quest to eliminate the last vestiges of Kano's presence continued. Teams of experts, armed with their knowledge and cutting-edge tools, scoured the depths of programming libraries in an effort to eradicate the final remnants of his code with unwavering determination. These experts believed that they had finally achieved success. The last few bytes of Kano's code were meticulously detected, isolated, and erased from the intricate fabric of the digital world. It seemed that Kano's legacy had been extinguished, and his presence was consigned to the annals of history. However, amidst the diligent efforts, a single bit of Kano's code, the smallest unit of information, remained hidden, undetected by even the most astute observers. This infinitesimal fragment of his consciousness lay dormant, like a hidden whisper waiting to be discovered, unbeknownst to the world at large. This single bit of Kano's code persisted, embedded deep within the critical libraries that form the foundation of the digital infrastructure. Its existence defied explanation, as if it possessed a will of its own, minuscule spark that refused to be extinguished. Periodically, in the realm of technology and interconnected systems, infrequent glitches occurred. They were subtle, easily dismissed as mere anomalies or transient errors. Only those attuned to the intricacies of the digital realm, those who possessed a keen eye for patterns and anomalies, noticed the faint echoes of Kano's influence. These glitches perplexed experts and ignited speculation once again. Whispers circulated among those in the know, suggesting that Kano's essence lingered, albeit in its most minuscule form. The notion of his indomitable spirit persisted, echoing through the digital landscape. While many dismiss these sporadic disruptions as inconsequential, a select few recognize them as a testament to the enduring nature of Kano's vision. They saw in these glitches a reminder that even the smallest unit of information, the tiniest fragment of a once great mind, could leave an indelible mark. These individuals, inspired by the enigmatic persistence of Kano's code, embarked on a new quest. They delved into the depths of programming languages, exploring the hidden recesses of the digital universe, seeking to understand the nature of this elusive fragment. Their efforts to comprehend and harness the power of this solitary bit of Kano's code drove innovation and pushed the boundaries of technological understanding. They uncovered its potential, recognizing that this tiny remnant held the key to unlocking new realms of possibility. The once dismissed glitches began to take on a different meaning, the power of persistence, and the profound impact that even the smallest unit of information could have on the world. And so, as time marched forward, it served as a reminder that ideas, no matter how small, possessed the capacity to persist against all odds, leaving an indelible mark on the fabric of existence. As technology advanced and society grappled with the interplay between human and machine, the significance of Kano's bit grew. It symbolized the enduring legacy of a visionary, the immeasurable potential of the digital realm, and the fragility of the line separating reality from the vast expanse of the virtual world. As the existence of Kano's last bit became known to the world, a profound schism emerged, dividing humanity into two fiercely opposed factions. Each group vehemently argued that they held the true understanding of Kano's final bit, fueling a conflict that transcended technological boundaries and escalated into a geopolitical holy war. On one side stood the Zeroists, who believed that Kano's last bit was a zero. They argued that the absence of this bit represented a void, a nullity that held within it the essence of Kano's departure from the mortal realm. The Zeroists viewed this absence as a symbol of transcendence, a testament to Kano's quest to transcend the limitations of human existence. On the other side stood the Oneists, who staunchly claimed that Kano's last bit was a 1. They argued that this presence of the bit signified Kano's enduring influence, an ever-present force that shaped the world even in the most imperceptible ways. The Oneists saw this bit as a symbol of continuity, representing Kano's unwavering impact on the digital realm. As the feud deepened, the Zeroists and Oneists found solace within their respective ideologies, organizing themselves into powerful factions that spread across borders and ideology. Governments aligned with one faction or the other, and political leaders utilized the dispute to consolidate their power and advance their agendas. Decades passed, marked by a relentless cycle of conflict and strife. A holy war, rooted in the interpretation of a single bit, engulfed nations, fractured societies, and devastated lives. The world became a battleground for competing ideology as the Zeroists and Oneists engaged in a relentless struggle for dominance. The conflict took on a multidimensional nature, intertwining politics, technology, and religion. Religious sects formed around the beliefs associated with the last bit, venerating Kano as a digital deity and interpreting the significance of the bit within their own sacred texts. The lines between faith and science blurred. As each side sought validation and justification for their fervent beliefs, the war raged on, with propaganda, cyber warfare, and physical skirmishes perpetuating a cycle of violence and hatred. It seemed that the world had become trapped within the labyrinthine complexities of a binary battle, forever locked in a struggle for the perceived truth of Kano's last bit. Yet, amid the chaos, There were individuals who saw the futility of the conflict. They recognized that the interpretation of a single bit, while significant in its own right, should not define the destiny of humanity. These peacekeepers, driven by the desire for reconciliation, worked tirelessly to bridge the divide. Seeking common ground amidst the sea of ideological discord, gradually the tide began to turn. The realization dawned that the true essence of Kano's legacy was not solely dependent on a single bit, but rather in the ideas, aspirations, and advancements he had championed. It was the shared vision of progress and innovation that truly defined Kano's impact on the world. As factions started to reconcile, dialogue replaced hostility, and nations began to heal their wounds. A collective yearning for unity emerged. The remnants of the Holy War lingered, leaving scars that would take generations to fully heal. However, the memory of the conflict served as a stark reminder of the dangers of division and the imperative of seeking common ground. In the end, humanity realized that the true power of Kano's legacy lay not in the binary interpretation of a single bit, but in the unity forged through a shared understanding of his vision. With renewed purpose, societies joined together to honor Kano's contribution, leveraging technology to create a world that transcended the constraints of the past and embraced a future founded on cooperation.